I hear you. Today, we're talking about listening to belts and also listening to the complete drive belt system during an inspection. Next.
This video is sponsored by Lightens, manufacturers of the original OAD pulley. Visit lightensaftermarket.com for more information.
You know what? The modern engine is pretty quiet nowadays. In some engines, well, the drive belt system can be rather noisy. And it's important that once a vehicle reaches a certain age, as part of the belt inspection, you're also listening to the components on the drive belt system. It's easy to hear a grumbling idler pulley or a tensioner on a vehicle where the bearings, well, they lost all oil and there's quite a bit of movement on it. This will typically be a low-end grumble. If a belt doesn't have the right amount of tension as it's traveling around certain pulleys on the drive belt system, it's going to make another low-end grumbling sound that may be a little bit more subtle than the sound of a bearing on an idler pulley going bad. One sound that you can hear with your ear and see with your eye is actually the tensioner itself. If you see a lot of movement in the tensioner, well, chances are something on the drive belt system is wrong. Either the tensioner is no longer able to dampen the movement of the arm, and it's causing rapid movement back and forth and changes in the belt tension. Also, the decoupler pulley. If the decoupler pulley is not operating properly or the clutches inside have gone bad, this will cause movement in the tensioner and possibly noise around the alternator. But make sure you're inspecting every single component on the drive belt system for noise and play. Also, remove the belt. Play with those pulleys to see if there's any noise when you can spin them on their own. This way you can isolate a problem with the drive belt system. But it's critical that every single noise coming from the drive belt system you take seriously. A lot of OEMs out there have changed their inspection method and maintenance interval for their belts. If you start looking at the recommended maintenance interval for a lot of late model vehicles, you'll notice something that's missing. It is the replacement interval for the belt. In its place, well, it's a recommendation for inspection of the belt, typically every 25,000 to 30,000 miles. So it's critical when you get a vehicle in your shop that you inspect the drive belt system and you pay close attention to not only the wear on the belt, but the components on the drive belt system. I'm Andrew Markell. Thank you very much.